learned formula for axis of symmetry. So remember, axis of symmetry is this. Let me write it down. That's equal to the sum of the average of x-intercept, which is equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2, or half of x1 plus x2. Right? Remember how we find the axis symmetry? We average the x-intercepts. So now how do I get the intercept? We can use the quadratic formula. Now what was the quadratic formula? It states that x equal to minus b plus or minus root b squared minus 4ac on 2a. These are the x-intercepts. X-intercept. So basically, if you want to find x-intercept, y equal to ax squared plus bx plus c, the x-intercept is when y is 0. And when you solve this equation using the quadratic formula, we get this. And there are two x-intercepts. First one is negative b plus root b squared minus 4ac. And the other one, second intercept, is minus b minus root b squared minus 4ac. Okay, so there's two. One is the plus, one of the minus. We're going to find the average of them, see if we can find a formula for the axis of symmetry. So let's add them together. So axis of symmetry equal half of x1 plus x2, half of, let's add them together, minus b plus b squared minus 4ac on 2a, plus minus b minus root b squared minus 4ac. And then what do we get? They have the same denominator. Oops. Okay, so how do we add them? You will see that these two terms get cancelled. One's a plus, one's a minus. And if you collect like terms, negative b plus negative b is negative 2b over 2a. And then the 2 get cancelled, give you the answer minus b on 2a. That's the formula for axis of symmetry. Let's highlight this. Minus b on 2a. No, minus b on 2a, that's right. Minus b on 2a. The 2 got cancelled. There's a 2, yeah, but 2 got cancelled, there's a 2. I'll put the 2 there. Thank you. Write it down. Yep. Have a think. It's quite easy. I just add the 2 x-intercepts together. The discriminant term get cancelled, giving you a very easy formula. Okay, any question? We're going to use this formula to find the axis symmetry in this topic, in this exercise. Now that's the proof. You don't need to know how to prove it. You just need to know the formula. Okay? Say again. Write it down. Hurry up. Right, all finished? All right, let's look at the next example we just did on Friday. We started off finding how many intercepts there are by finding the discriminant. Let's finish this question off. We need to find the y-intercept and the axis of symmetry. Let's do that. All right, all finished? Okay, let's go through this. So we'll go to the next section. Okay, am I still recording? I am. That's good. All right, now let's go through. Determine the y-intercept. That's where you put x is 0. Remember this formula, y equal to 3 times 0 squared minus 6 times 0 plus 5. Y-intercept is 5. And then we find this is the axisymmetry. Let's find the axisymmetry. X equal, from this formula, that's your A, that's your B, that's your C. So you write negative 6 over 2 times 3. So your axisymmetry is actually 1. X equal to 1. So you can work out very quickly without finding the x-intercept. Okay, after we got x equal to 1, to find the turning point, we're going to find the y value. Now, how do I get the y value? Let's substitute 3 times 1 squared minus 6 times 1 plus 5. And then use your calculator, you will get 2. So your turning point equals to 1, 2. Get the idea? Continue. Okay, good. Let's continue to record. Next one. Okay. We're going to sketch this parabola. Now, how do I sketch this parabola? You have to find the y-intercept. To find the y-intercept for x is 0, so we write y equal to 2 times 0 squared minus 3. So the y-intercept is found, negative 3. Now the x-intercept will be a bit tricky because you have to solve a more complicated equation. So let's try to solve it. So y equal to 0. So let's try this. So you get 0 equals to this. Now, to solve this, you can either factorize. Can you factorize it? Maybe not. No. Too hard. Okay, so if you can't factorize, use the quadratic formula. Let's use the quadratic formula. And then correct your answer to 2 decimal places. So we go negative 4 plus or minus 4 squared minus 4ac on 2 times 2. Quadratic formula. You should memorize this by now. It's very useful. Now let's use your calculator. So you type this in, put the fraction, negative 4 plus root 4 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 3 over 2 times 2. Right, get the idea? 0.58. And there's another one where you just have to change it to minus negative 2.58. Yeah, we got it. So these are the 2 x-intercepts. And then we also have to find the axis symmetry and the vertex. Now, axis symmetry, instead of averaging them, you can just use the formula. All right, let's try to do this. Axis symmetry, you get, what do? We have to go x equal to minus b on 2a. Is that negative 1 again? Negative 4 over 2 times 2. Negative 1, yeah. Now you can check if you average this, it will also give you the same thing. So if you do 0.58 plus negative 2.58 equal divided by 2, you'll get negative 1 as well. But that's easier, isn't it? Instead of averaging the x-intercept. Okay, we've got the axis symmetry. We also have to find the turning point. To find the turning point, we substitute that into y. And then if you use your calculator, you will get 2 minus 4 minus 3, and you get negative 7 plus 2, negative 5. So the vertex is negative 1, negative 5. All right, we'll highlight the important bits because these are the parts where we're going to show that on the graph. So we have to show your x-intercept, the y-intercept, and the vertex, and we'll draw. Okay, let's draw it on the graph that's provided to you. So what do we have? We got Let's label all the points. So 0.58, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1, and then you got 1 here, and then 2, that will be -2.58, that will be 0.58, and you have a point here. Okay, now we can draw everything. That's -3, -5, so it's -1, -5. So let's draw this. So you draw something like this. Okay, drawn. So make sure you label your vertex, the intercept, x-intercept, and then we got it. All right, any questions? So it's very easy to draw once you know how to do this. And the most important thing you learned today is the formula for axial symmetry. Okay, remember that. Okay, so it's up to you to revise trigonometry.